Hello and welcome back to another DayZ King Skyline YouTube tutorial. Today we're going to be reskinning some clothes. Let's get straight into it. So you should by now have your P drive mounted and your game data extracted. If not, I do have another video for this. Please go and check that out. So let's go and create some folders. So let's go to our P drive. We'll create two new folders and we'll call these YouTube clothes. And we'll call the next one at YouTube clothes. In this at folder, we're going to create a folder called add-ons. And if you're going to make this public for everyone else to use, we're going to create another folder called keys. Now we'll go back and we'll go to our YouTube clothes folder and we're going to create another folder called data. And I'm just going to copy a config that I've got laying around over here. All the files will be downloadable in the description below. So for now, we'll just go to this config and we'll change this from DH YouTube weapons to DH YouTube clothes. There we go. So now we can save this. So this is now saved next to our data folder. So inside our data folder, we're going to need to create a config, and we're also going to need to create a new PAA. So inside the P drive again, we're going to go to DayZ. Okay, and we're going to go to characters this time. So this will work for nearly 99% of all clothing items within DayZ. Some items are just impossible to reskin. So today we're going to be looking at a top. Now I'm going to go for an M65 jacket today, I think. So what we'll do is we'll copy the config from the DayZ characters top file there. And we're going to paste this in our data folder here. We can keep this open and we're going to go back and we're going to look for the M65 jacket. Okay, so we have a khaki there and we have the black there. The black is the one I'm looking for. So M65 jacket black. Okay. Now we're going to go and save this in our data folder. So YouTube clothes, data, and we're going to save this as a .png. I don't think that saves as a .png, did it? No. So we'll reopen that and we'll save that again as a .png. Perfect. Now we can close this completely. So now we're going to look for M65. M65 jacket. Color base. Okay, so it already has its hidden selections called right here, camo ground, camo male, and camo female, so we don't actually need to call these for our retexture. And as we can see here, there are already retextures for this clothing item. So what we'll do is we're going to go to the top of the M65 color base, and we're going to delete everything above, up to inventory base. Okay. So now we can delete everything here. We can delete everything here. And we can delete from the last M65 jacket. We can delete that all the way down to we get to the non-AI vehicles, which is normally proxies. This folder doesn't have any. Perfect. So we can delete all these other reskins. Now we know that the hidden selection textures is already called. We can delete this class here. So now we should just be left with this. Okay, so we're going to change the M65 jacket color base from here, and we're going to make sure our inventory base says this too. So I'm going to call mine DH underscore M65. Oh, there is maybe a piece of code that we may want also. Let's go and grab that from somewhere else. You can get this from a vanilla config. I accidentally just deleted it. So we'll just go for a pants. We'll open up the config and we'll grab display name as a line. What I'm going to do is I'm going to replace visibility modifier with display name. I'm going to call this DH underscore, no, this is display name, DH M65. So your display name can actually have a space in it. Not a lot of things can. So this is our hidden selection textures. We've already taken the texture for this. So let's go and edit this now. Let's go and open this and open the PNG. I'm going to use Photoshop for this. And delete the old PA now also. So with this, I'm just going to quickly chuck a texture over. This is, I believe, the left arm, and this is the right arm, I believe. This is back, this is front. So I'm just going to chuck a complete texture over the top. I'm going to go for a pattern overlay. And we're going to use this black honeycomb. I have my opacity set to 90 and my scale set to 25. So now I'm going to save this. We'll let this save now. We'll see when this is saved because the temp will just disappear. And Photoshop will also disappear. There we go, that's now gone. Now we can open our PNG up with text view. We can see our texture has been applied. So now I'm going to also rename this to DH underscore M65 jacket. So DH underscore M65 dot PAA. Okay, now that's saved. We can delete the PNG. Now we need to get our link for the PAA here. Oh, not create a copy. Silly column. Okay. So now we have this link here. We are going to need to change all three of these. Here. So now you can see this matches our mod name, this matches our data folder, and this matches our PAA. Okay, if you don't get these three right, your item's going to spawn white in game. Okay, so now we can change this DZ characters tops to DH underscore clove reskin. If we wanted multiple jackets or multiple items, we could make sure we call their reference here, but for this I'm just going to do two M65 jackets. I'm going to call this one DH M65 A1. Okay, and we'll also call this A1 here. So now we can save this. So now we have our two configs built. We have our config here and we have our config here. We can go and build this as a PBO. So, Addon source directory needs to be the first folder you made. So, YouTube close. And we want the whole folder, not just the data folder. The whole folder. Okay, so it should look like P YouTube close. The destination directory is the app folder that we made. So we're going to go to YouTube close. I'm going to go to add-ons. Okay, we don't want any prefix. We don't want any add-on version. Make sure cleared temp folder is ticked. Binarize is ticked. Binarize all textures is ticked. And enable extended login is ticked. Okay, into the options. We're going to look at a list of files to copy directly. These need to look exactly like this. If they don't, they are in the pinned comment or in the description below. Author, change that to yourself. And we will hit pack. as we can see, when this is successful, we can go into the at YouTube close, go to the add-ons, and we can see YouTube close.pvo with a size of 600 kilobytes. That seems about right to me, so now it's time to test it in game. So open up DayZ, let's go into community offline mode. We'll load a new mod. So we'll load at YouTube close. Select the folder, load the mod. Parameters are all set for offline mode. Yep. Now we hit play. So I'll pause the video here and I'll see you when the game loads. So now the game has just loaded. Run over to the road here. And we can search for DH underscore. And now we can switch Z. We've got DH underscore M65. DH underscore M65A1. We can spawn these in. There we go. Doesn't that look funky? Happy days. So now we've got the item in game. Now if you want to upload these to Steam and sign your mod, I do have a video on that also. Please go and take a look at that now. The link will be in the description below. All the files that have been used today will be in the download link below. Thank you for watching. Hope this helped, and we will see you in the next video.